I'm going to take you through a quick look back at the event in 2022 that we should remember. Here are some events that we thought shouldn't be left out. The hijab controversy showed its face in 2022. Certain Muslim students in Karnataka wearing hijab were denied entry into school premises by authorities citing violation of code for school uniform. Protests erupted and violence followed, leading to attack and leaving several top leaders divided over the issue. The Karnataka High Court upheld the ban on hijab. The Supreme Court took up the hearing by a two-judge panel and returned a split decision. Several Hindutva groups demanded a ban on halal meat earlier this year, with the BJP leader C.T. Ravi calling it economic jihad. According to news sources, many saw it as an opportunity to promote jhatka cut meat. Ground reports, however, stated that there was a little impact to halal meat sellers, and though the controversy stayed bad blood, it died down. In March, the Karnataka government informed the Legislative Assembly that, as per Hindu Religious Institutions and Charitable Endowments Act 2002, non-Hindus cannot trade in and around the premises of Hindu religious institutions. This was after posters and banners asking non-Hindus to vacate shops were put up outside temples, calling it an act that is creating disorder in society. The opposition said that these banners are targeting even roadside vendors who are just trying to earn an honest living. Right-wing activists also called an end to what they termed monopoly of Muslims in fruit business and asked people to purchase fruits from Hindu vendors. Some also went so far as to say that the Muslims were spitting on product before selling them. Fruit jihad, as it was termed, was one of many such issues that transpired in the first half of 2022. A lot of noise was made over the use of loudspeakers in mosques too. Led by Bajrang Dal, right-wing organizations called for a ban on loudspeakers, stating that no action was taken on the usage of loudspeakers during Azan at 5 a.m. The Waqf Board of Karnataka issued a circular directing mosques and dargahs to not use loudspeakers between 10 p.m. and 6 a.m. as per court orders and to lower the decibel levels during Azan. The mosques were left with no choice but to shift the morning prayers from 5 a.m. to 6 a.m. A public interest litigation filed by a Bengaluru resident stating that the Azan was hurting sentiments of believers of other faiths. However, the court refused to accept that it violated the fundamental rights to religion. The Karnataka government passed an order to form a committee selected by the government comprising Hindus and Muslims to look after the administration of historic Sri Guru Dattatreya Swami Baba Budan Dargah in Chikmagalur district. The order permits Hindu celebrations such as Datta Jayanti, Dattamala as well as the Sufi Urus to be performed at the holy place. What seemed to be a move towards inclusivity and accommodation to some looked to others as a step further in effort to convert the Dargah into a Dattatreya temple. Allegations were made by the Karnataka State Contractors Association against authorities in which they stated that government officials, Karnataka BJP MLAs and Panchayat ministers K.S. Ishwarappa demanded roughly 40% commission as a bribe from contractors for every project. Rahul Gandhi, during his visit to Karnataka, remarked that the Karnataka government is the most corrupt. The letters sent by the contractors to the centre did not receive any response, causing the opposition to call out the inaction of the Prime Minister on this issue. Aggressive campaigns against the Chief Minister Basuraj Bommai was launched by the opposition with images such as PayCM and the QR code directed users to a website termed 40% Sarkar, an invitation for the public to file complaints against bribery and fraud. And of course, who can forget the passing of anti-conversion bill by the Karnataka state government amid heavy opposition and a walkout by Congress. The law was initiated with the aim of curbing forced conversions. However, other religious groups, especially Christians among other concerns, felt that it would bring undue questioning and problems created by extremists who may use this law to their advantage. A complaint was filed in Lokayukta against the media advisor to Karnataka CM Basuraj Bommai for attempting to bribe journalists for several media houses, masking it as a Deepavali gift. The Congress demanded a judicial inquiry into the matter. The central government announced a ban on Popular Front of India this year. Officers and residents of the organization leaders were raided by National Investigation Agency and Enforcement Directorate in September. Crackdown on organization led to detention of over 270 people according to news sources. Its associate organizations, namely Rehab India Foundation and Campus Front of India, was also banned for 5 years under UAPA. The government alleged that the organization was attempting to radicalize a particular section of society. Over 100 people were arrested after the exposure of a scam operating in police sub-inspector exam. Nearly 10%, 52 of the 545 candidates selected after the exam in October 2021 were found to have cheated. 19 used Bluetooth devices to obtain answers from associates, and the answer scripts of 33 others were found to have been tampered with by officials of the police recruitment cell at exam centers. Several issues provided the opportunity for Congress to pick up the pieces and embark on a campaign called BHARAT JODO YATRA, which has picked up momentum. The aim, as started by Congress authorities, is to raise their voice against economic, social and political issues that are dividing the nation. The Yatra, which began in Kanyakumari, will pass through 12 states and culminate in Jammu and Kashmir. The mass movement of the Indian National Congress is orchestrated by Congress leader Rahul Gandhi. To counter the efforts of the Congress, the BJP launched the SANKALP Yatra. The JDS launched its version of campaign called PANCHARATNA Yatra in a bid to gain some standing in the poll-bound states of Karnataka. Premature release of the perpetrators in the Bilkis Bano case caused quite an uproar in August. The Gujarat government considered the usage of the Gujarat remission policy of 1992 despite the existence of the remission policy of 2014. This forced Bilkis and her husband to fear for their safety. The Supreme Court dismissed a plea by Bilkis Bano to review its May judgment that allowed the Gujarat government to release the convicts who were serving life sentence for gang rape during the 2002 riots in the state. BJP MP Pragya Singh Thakur landed in hot soup after she allegedly made remarks that could be construed as a hate speech. The remarks made by her in Shivkumar calling for a storage of weapons at home for protection caused a quiet furore and has led to 2 police complaints being filed against her. Earlier this year, BJP had removed NUPUR SHARMA for hate speech on Prophet Muhammad. In September, the Supreme Court lashed out at TV channels for unregulated hate speech, stating that it's the anchor's duty to ensure that hate speech does not continue. Attacks on churches and against the Christian community continued as informed by the United Christian Forum, who have reportedly stated nearly 302 attacks took place against Christians based on distress call it received in the first 7 months of this year. The latest among these, the vandalization of a church in Mysore which included damage to a statue of a baby Jesus. Karnataka Law Minister J.C. Madhuswamy said the Karnataka Cabinet decided to do away with 2 categories of the other backward classes, reservation in education institution and jobs, and replace them with the 2 new categories. Currently, the state has 4 categories, 2A, 2B, 3A and 3B based on the economic, social and education status. In the cabinet meeting held at Suvarna Vidhan Soda in Belgavi on Thursday, it was decided to abolish categories 3A and 3B and replace them with 2C and 2D respectively. We brought these stories to your attention not to highlight negativities, but to jog your memories and highlight several instances which we should not forget, but instead make an effort to put the disharmony and communalism behind us. Take action and make better time and space for each other in the year 2023, especially in poll-bound Karnataka. Cheers to the new year.